The Marvels confirmed as the biggest box office bomb of 2023. Widely panned sequel resulted in $237 million loss for Disney. Oh child, that's a lot of money lost. Greetings once again, my friends, and welcome back to the GNRO Minicast. I am your host, Adam Mickelson, aka Drak. I hope everybody's having an awesome day or night when you're listening to this, and once again, we have another awesome article brought to us by boundingintocomics.com with Spencer McCooley as the author, and let's go ahead and jump right into it, shall we? To the surprise of absolutely no one, save the most diehard and delusional of the franchise's dwindling fan base, the Marvel Cinematic Universe's most recent entry, The Marvels, has been revealed to have not only been the worst performing film of 2023, but also a more than $200 million sinkhole for the already financially embattered Disney. Yeah, $237 million. Not even Disney can afford to lose that much money. It really can't. And for all the people that want to say, oh, well, they're Disney, you're kidding yourselves. This confirmation of the Marvel sequel Crash Landing was provided by Deadline's Anthony D'Alessandro, I believe I'm saying that right, as part of their most valuable blockbuster tournament, an annual feature wherein the outlet compares the financial results of the previous year's cinematic releases as relayed to them by seasoned and trusted sources to see which film was the best performing among audiences. Sadly for Disney, in confirmation of just how far their quality has fallen, which is why the MCU gets no viewers anymore, of the 15 films released by the House of Mouses and its subsidiaries, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Chevalier, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, The Little Mermaid, The Boogeyman, Elemental, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Theater Camp, Haunted Mansion, A Haunting in Venice, The Creator, The Marvels, Next Goal Wins, Wish, Poor Things. They also released the indie film All of Us Strangers. It was only a limited theatrical screening in just 4 theaters, and thus is not being formally counted in this analysis. Only one of them managed to place in the tournament's top 10, with the third and final outing for James Gunn's take on Marvel's band of space heroes / bounty hunters coming in as the 9th most profitable film of the year. Wow. So this is basically a top 10. Number 1 was The Marvels, and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was 9 on that list. Meanwhile, 4 of the above releases ended up placing in the tournament's bottom 5, with Haunted Mansion, Wish, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and Warner Brothers Discovery's The Flash, and the Marvels walking away from the competition as the worst performing films of the year. There was only one Warner Brothers in there, and all of the rest was Disney. Wow, that's how far the company has fallen. To this end, while previous box office reports have confirmed that The Marvels was an absolute disaster for the studio, its theatrical run was the lowest performing of the entire franchise. It was not until Deadline spoke to their aforementioned sources that the true extent of the film's failure was truly known. Per Deadline, The Marvels pulled in a total of $218 million in revenue, with roughly $88 million of this pull coming from its theatrical ticket sales. The total reached after subtracting theater fees from its $206 million worldwide gross, $40 million from its home video sales, and $90 million from its various streaming releases. However, in light of its expenses amounting to $455 million, $270 million from the reported production costs, $110 million from print and advertising spending, $21 million from residuals and other distribution expenses, and $54 million from interest and overhead. The film ultimately cost a studio a net of $237 million. And for all the people that want to sit there and cope and say, well, that's not that much money, it's Disney we're talking about. No, $200 million for any company is a huge loss. I can guarantee a few more people within the gaming industry have probably seen worse than that in the past year or so. And they're probably looking at Disney and going, well, I mean, that's not that bad compared to what we lost. But no, $237 million? That's a lot to lose for any company. That is a straight up failure. As for the other Disney films on Deadline's bottom 5, Haunted Mansion reportedly lost the company $117 million. Wish said goodbye to $131 million. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Feminism burned an impressive $143 million. Let's do the math, shall we? How much money did Disney waste in 2023? So we have the 237 million plus the 117 million plus the 131 million plus the 143. They lost a whopping $628 million in 2023. I wonder how the shareholders feel about that. Oh, they're pissed at Disney right now. I forgot. Suffice to say, unless a significant creative reboot is undertaken throughout all of Disney Studios, the House of Mouse is unlikely to pull themselves out of the significant monetary hole anytime soon. Unfortunately, given the recent rumors that Marvel's upcoming X-Men reboot will focus on the team's female members and their Fantastic Four outing will gender swap the Silver Surfer, it looks like Disney is going to be on its financial back foot for the foreseeable future, especially when they have lawsuits like Gina Carano's to worry about. And whether or not people think that that's a legit problem for them, it's all lawsuits are a sinkhole. That's what makes it great, is Disney is hemorrhaging money hard right now. And this is just even more examples of how far Disney has fallen. Disney's next release, Deadpool and Wolverine, is on track to portal its way into theaters July 26th, and I suspect it's probably not going to do very well either. And they'll probably find ways to blame it on superhero fatigue and whatnot, but ultimately it's going to be because you didn't come up with a good-ass story. You didn't come up with something that's going to put butts in seats. And that's ultimately going to be on you, whether you like it or not. My viewpoint on this is that I am ultimately not surprised by it, but I do once again want to showcase that this actually is creating waves. To all the people that want to say, well, this isn't going to change anything. No, it actually ultimately has to, because Disney has shareholders to answer to. And eventually those shareholders are going to get sick and tired of all the losing money and either are just going to abandon it altogether, which some of them are already considering that, if not doing it. But also, they're going to want some serious changes, including ousting people like Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger in order to get anything done. And if the Acolyte is any impression, given current news, they're already in a very huge shithole in 2024 as well as 2023. So, good luck to you, Disney. Here's hoping that you can pull your butts out of the fire. However, I don't think you will, because the market is ultimately going to create its own solution to the shit that you're pulling out. In the meantime, though, that's pretty much my opinion. What did you guys think about this? That's an awful lot of money. What could you have done with $628 million? That's actually, I'm not going to ask whether or not you think that this was justified or not. Here's what I want you to put in the comments down below. What would you have done if you had just gotten a tenth of that? So $62.8 million. What would you have done with that as opposed to what Disney did with it, which was basically just burn it in a giant pile? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you like this video, leave a like on there and consider subscribing to the channel, where we continue to laugh at stuff like this in the GNRO Minicast, amongst many other pieces of content that I do create. And it also does showcase to YouTube and the algorithms and whatnot that other opinions are fine. It's okay to have other opinions and still be liked on the platform. But I will go ahead and catch you guys next time for the next GNRO Minicast. Once again, special thanks over to Spencer McCooley and Bounding Into Comics for the story, and I will catch you guys for the next one. Until then, take care, my friends.